It's been another unprecedented year for higher education and student accommodation. Despite a backdrop of political, economic and healthcare uncertainty, the numbers across purpose-built student accommodation have fared well. But looking ahead, is there a storm brewing? And will the PBSA sector weather it out? This year's conference is very much focused on exactly these valuable insights. What is happening? What is happening with students, yields, rental income, market appetite, investment values, and the wider net of key factors influencing the PBSA sector. In this short video, I'm going to run through a breakdown of the agenda, giving you a clear understanding of the valuable conversations taking place at this year's conference, which is chaired by Mark Easton. First up, we are truly delighted to share that our opening keynote will be Nicholas Porter, former founder of Unite and now founder of GSA and chair of UGO. This interview will offer a global lens on student accommodation, with insights and anecdotes from Nicholas around developments he is seeing unfold. Cushman & Wakefield will follow the keynote with a market update. With it being the first relatively stable academic year we've had in recent times, it'll be a useful check-in on values, rents, beds, yields and much more. Our morning executive panel packs in the detail, exploring what the major industry players are doing, including the competition and where the bumps in the road are foreseen for the year ahead. Discussion will also address whether the industry is out of date and if we have the right products for today and for tomorrow's market. The executive panel will take a look at ways to encourage talent into our sector and finally cover off the affordability piece of whether the present student funding model still works. Well, if that hasn't enticed you enough to press the book a ticket button yet, the next session likely will. We're really honoured to have the insights of Professor Sir David Eastwood, Chair of Into, and Dr. Wendy Piatt, CEO of Gresham College, who will be providing us with a pulse check on how higher education will differ in 2030. Both Wendy and Sir David have such unique insights and perspectives, I'm sure it will be an eye-opener for the PBSA sector to firmly consider future strategies. After the morning networking break, the conference splits into two tracks. Across the business track, we'll be joined by Andrew Dutton, CEO from Ask4, and experts from Irwin Mitchell, Sunclicks and Plentific. We'll be discussing sustainability and the zero carbon future, the real cost of implementation and what it takes to fulfil the ambition. Divulging insights into behavioural science and new tech to encourage positive changes with the new wave of Gen Z tenants. A heavy-hitting Investors Viewpoint panel featuring top executives from Harrison Street, Patriza, Roundhill Capital and Harris PI share their thoughts on market appetite, where the market is coming from, how our sector compares against others, what is attractive in the student accommodation portfolio, and what the future holds for smaller UK cities with lower grade universities in this tough climate. Some really meaty conversation points there. Our student track covers an overview of the student market, HMOs versus PBSA, the latest insights into Chinese, Indian and wider emerging international markets by the fantastically insightful Bernadette Conchant from Unite, and a fireside chat with university leaders on the successful strategies for recruiting and retaining international students to UK higher education. They'll be covering interesting matters, including what differing international student cohorts want from their accommodation, how much are they willing to spend, what kind of stock is desirable, and whether this is changing. After lunch, the conference continues to break out, serving up a fantastic panel on what the next generation of property offering looks like. Should we reimagine it all? Answering the big question of today, are we seeing the demise of the 42-week occupancy, and much more. Other sessions focus on untangling the web of reporting for operators and investors, the cost of living impact, and future-facing presentation by Glide on the PBSA digital transformation roadmap across existing stock and new builds to fit the needs of Gen Z and beyond student. In the late afternoon, the treats keep on coming with a high-energy industry quiz delivered by Student Crowd. We've all done a pub quiz, but have you taken the PBSA quiz? This will be a bit of fun with a lively combination of PBSA sector quiz questions, networking and an expert panel to test your knowledge. Our afternoon keynote comes from CBRE's Executive Director Tim Pankhurst, who will provide the detail behind what's happening with values and beyond, from covering off questions around wholesale repositioning through to FX traders. A useful synopsis that will review the whole market. The conference ends with an enjoyable and no-holds-barred pundit review of the conference, with a panel of experts sharing their thoughts on what they've heard throughout the day. The good, the bad, and the ugly. We'll be following that by networking drinks ahead of the hotly anticipated evening awards ceremony. It's an action-packed event not to be missed by PBSA professionals, and we very much look forward to seeing you there.